I think that the best year of music was 1997. OK Computer, Homogenic by Bjork, F Sharp, A Sharp, Infinity, Either Or, Lonesome Crowded West. So many good albums came out in 1997. I mean, you could just look at this list, guys. Banger after banger coming out in 1997. I asked you guys on YouTube to give me your opinion on what the best year for music was, and I compiled them into this tier list. We're gonna be taking a look at all these years. We're gonna be ranking them. This ranking is gonna be based off of my opinion and also Twitch chat's opinion. You know, like maybe 1968 I might know a lot of, so I'll have to turn to Twitch chat and be like, what releases came out in 1968 that we can rank? Let's do it right now. What came out in 1968? The White Album. Any White Album heads in the chat? Everyone loves the White Album. Okay. I know Electric Ladyland. That's a good album. I know people like this one. Yeah, I'm gonna need your guys' opinion. Okay. I don't know much about 1968. So far, you know, I'm not looking very impressed. I don't know, guys. I'm not really seeing a lot of stuff here that, I mean, at least sticks out to me. I'm gonna make an executive decision. If I put it in respectable year, would you guys agree with that? Yeah, respectable year. 1991. Nevermind, Nirvana. Loveless. Okay, guys, this might be our first high tier year. Laughingstock by Talk Talk. This album's insane, bro. Damn, a lot of metal releases. If you're a metalhead, 91 is like the year for you. I'm gonna be honest, guys, and maybe once again this is my bias. It might just be a respectable year. I mean, they had some big artists released this year, but I don't think it's like anywhere near like as good as like some other years are gonna be. I mean, these first 5 releases are pretty dope. Second tier. All right, we'll throw it in almost iconic for now. 2003. What the fuck came out in 2003? There's no way 2003 was that good of a year. Oh wait, okay, never mind. I'm gonna eat my own words here. Banger, 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 banger. That's 6 goated albums right off the bat there, dude. This one's probably also good. I don't know what this is, but this one is probably fucking good. Nujabes. Promise, Take Me to Your Leader. Okay, wait. 2003 actually has some pretty good releases. Hail to the Thief. That's actually not that good of a release. I think it's an almost iconic year. Not quite there. Okay, we're still looking for some crazy bangers. Let's jump down to 1994. Illmatic, Dummy, Downward Spiral, Grace, Ready to Die, Crooked Rain, Blue Album, Selected Ambient Works Volume 2. It's pretty stacked. You guys might hate my opinion on this, but we'll keep going for a second here before I talk some shit. I just think the vibes in 94 beat out the actual albums. Yeah, Roman Candle is good too. Diary is good too, actually. I don't think that this isn't like a game-changing year though. Oh, Dookie's good. Park Life's good. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. We'll put it almost iconic. Let's do 2007. A lot of people fucked with 2007. Okay, yeah. This might be our first game-changing year, guys. We got Untrue, Sound of Silver, Graduation. These are like just these 4 right here are like off the bat like really good. It's also like you gotta like take into account like how these albums land in each individual like discography of these artists. Like these are like the top albums from these artists, you know. Strawberry Jam. Forever Ago. Person Pitch came out in 2007. Boxer came out in 2007. 2007 has some goated albums. What the fuck? From Here We Go Sublime. That's one of my favorites, dude. Oh, holy shit. Cross by Justice came out in 2007. That's one of the best albums of all time. The top 2 are your 2 favorite albums ever, but the rest ain't doing it. Dude, have you listened to Cross? My bias might be showing a lot here, but I think this is our first game-changing year. It has great albums, but it's spotty. So what counts as a game-changing year, though? I mean, yeah, 1997 is a game-changing year. But here's my theory. Every decade on the 7th year, we get the best year for music. Let's take a look at 1977. Animals. I'm not the biggest fan of Animals, personally. Low, I've never heard. Okay, this is where I'm gonna need your help, guys. Damn, David Bowie released 2 top albums. Marquee Moon, goated album, one of the like kind of godfathers of post-punk here. We got Rumors, Fleetwood Mac. We got some mixed opinions on Low. Pink Flag by Wire. There are some iconic albums on here. But I think overall, I mean, also, I'm going to need your guys' help here because I don't know a lot of these releases. But I think overall, this is not, I mean, I'd put this in, like, respectable. 2011. What came out in 2011? I personally can't think of anything off the top of my head that came out in 2011. Helplessness Blues. I've never really been interested in Fleet Foxes. This Danny Brown album. Replica's good, but it's not like it's interesting because of the sampling and stuff, but it's not like crazy. Giles Corey album. Twin Fantasy by Carsey Headrest. That came out in 2011. I don't think it carries the year though. I'm not really seeing a lot of good stuff this year. I think you're right. I think this is our first filler year, dude. am not seeing a lot of hype stuff that came out in 2011. 2011, our first filler year. 1966, let's rock that. Long Season. Okay, wait, this is kind of goated so far. Introducing by DJ Shadow, the first album that was made with just... Oh, sorry, I misspoke. I meant 1996. Sorry, I meant 1996. Ah, yes, the first album to be made by Only Samples. Introducing by DJ Shadow, released in 1966. Soundtracks for the Blind. I'm not a personal big fan of this one, but I know a lot of people fuck with it. Oh, Pinkerton came out in 1966. Sorry, 1990. Oh, this is good. This came out in 66? Damn, bro. Fishman's released 3 bangers back to back to back within like a 1.5 year time span. Great Jay-Z album. There's some good stuff in here. Long Drive, Slack Off, and Ashes. All right, what do you guys think? I'm also leaning towards respectable here. Let's jump over to 1969. I want to get the 60s out of here because I don't know, a lot about the 60s. All right, I know some of this stuff. You know what? Actually, this shit kind of is goated. Karma, goated album here. Insane Out of Body Experience album. Towns Van Zandt, that's a great album too. Great country album. Nick Drake's debut came out. Led Zeppelin, self-titled. Led Zeppelin 2, Let It Bleed by Rolling Stones. This seems like it's a pretty almost iconic year. I wouldn't say it's like iconic. Oh god, dude. Trout Mask Replica. It's got some great records. I'm thinking almost iconic. 1979. Good stuff off the bat here. Unknown Pleasures by Joy Division. This is the album that's based off the t-shirt. Entertainment by Gang of Four came out in 79. That's a big deal. Fear Music by Talking Heads. Supertramp, Breakfast in America. That's a solid album too. This Heat debut. I haven't listened to a whole lot, but it did lead to one of the best albums of all time. Okay, this shit is pretty good. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's a respectable year. Nothing too crazy, but there's some good stuff that came out that year. 1989, Disintegration by The Cure. Yeah, this is a classic album right here. Doolittle by the Pixies. That's also a classic album. Stone Roses. I've not heard this. I've never even seen this. This shit looks good though. Beastie Boys came out with something that year. 3 Feet High and Rising. That's a goated album. So far, still, once again, nothing screaming out to me. This feels very respectable to me, but that's probably because I haven't heard a lot of these guys. But like, what do you guys think so far? Rook just said respectable. I think it's respectable. I honestly would even say that it's low-key a filler year. I'll take your guys' word for it. I'll take your word for it. 1995. Oh, you're right, Rook. You're right. Dude, this album sucks, man. I remember I looked at 1995 like about a month ago. There's not a lot of good stuff in my opinion. Aside from these 3, this is one that I'm gonna need some help ranking. It's a big year for hip-hop, it looks like. Oh, Cap and Jazz. This is a sick album. Dude, what? Best one so far? Looks alright. First 10 albums had a lot of promise though. Okay, I'll let you guys kind of take the reins on ranking this one because of the fact that I don't really know much about the albums that were released this year. But do not say that it's a game-changing year just because, Death is at the top. I agree with you, Mr. Bagel. I agree. I think it's a filler year, but some people in the chat here are not gonna say the same thing. Game-changing? Game-changing, bro? This is crazy. We're super split on this here. Post is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. I agree, dude. Honestly, Post is the best album that came out this year. Let's meet in the middle. Respectable year. 1999. All right, it's got some stuff. Fiona Apple, I really need to get into. Well, I've been meaning to do that. American Football, Keep It Like a Secret, Emergency Eye. Okay, there's some good stuff out here in 1999. Operation Doomsday, Soft Bulletin. I need to listen to this album. I really do need to listen to this. I've been meaning to check this out for years, dude. This year has something for everybody. We got like something for the metal fans, something for the indie fans, something for the hip hop fans. Mathcore fans also got something here. There's some good shit that came out this year. We can throw it in. I'll throw it in almost iconic. 2000. You are right. Kid A did come out in 2000. Oh shit, guys. Okay, 2000. 2000's looking pretty stacked so far. Dope Throne, super sick album. White Pony, also really good. Modest Mouse, Moon and Artura, Outcast. Deltron 3030. All right, there's some good stuff. Rated R. Spirit They Vanished. Radiohead Kid A, known as the greatest left turn in music history. This album, I feel like, inspires a lot of artists to kind of branch out their shell a little bit. Since I Left You is an insanely like influential album in my life, and then also in like the world of sampling too, just because of how like crazy like the amount of samples that are being used here. Dope Throne and White Pony, out of the 10 metal albums that I've heard in my life, these are my top 2. Moon in Antarctica by Modest Miles, I would also say, is also a great left turn in music history. How would we feel about throwing this into a game-changing year? Fuck it, guys, let's do it. 2000, game-changing year. Makes sense. New century, new decade, new me. Let's see if they kept up with it. Right after 2000 was the year 2001. That's where we got Vespertine, The Glow Part 2. We got Discovery, Is This It, Leaves Turn Inside of You, Toxicity. The fucking ladder, the list keeps going. Best Aphex record. That was someone in the chat that said that. That's not my opinion. Radiohead, Kid A Part 2, Texas Jerusalem Crossroads, one of the most misleading album covers of all time. The Blueprint, Cannibal Ox, Cold Vein. Dude, wait, there's some goated stuff in this year. Yeah, guys, this might be game changing. I agree with Rook. I think this year is more game changing than 2000. Fuck it, man. Game changing year. 2013. Jesus is the top album for 2013. That's crazy. This is the best Queens of the Stone Age album. Tears and Calypsos. Ghost Pop Tape by Devin Hendrick. I haven't heard this yet. This year already feels like filler. Yeah, I would agree. These two, I mean, this is a good run here. I do agree with you guys though that like especially after 2001, this feels kind of underwhelming. It's definitely not game changing, and I don't even think I would put it in almost iconic. It's definitely respectable. I think we could all agree on that too. Did they step it up in 2014? Let's find out. 2014, Pinata. I know people fuck with that one. To Be Kind. That's a good one. Powers That Be came out. Run the Jewels 2. Still not that crazy good though, I feel like, guys. I think it's respectable. The 2000s kind of fell off, guys. Well, I guess this is 2010s. 2010s are not doing too hot. Maybe 2016 could turn things around. Okay, 2016 saving it, saving the tens. I've said before that Blonde is not my favorite piece of music. I think it's a little overrated in my opinion. Like top album here for 2016, I think it's a little overrated. A Moon Shaped Pool. We got Bottomless Pit, Life of Apollo. There's some good stuff that came out this year. Not I Got Affinity. Okay, wait a second. This year is actually more stacked than I thought it was. Teens of Denial, Worry is also fantastic. What are you guys thinking? I'm torn between almost iconic and respectable. I'm fine with throwing it in almost iconic. 2017, what came out? Nothing off the top of my head, but remember the theory, okay? The 7th year of the decade always has the best releases. 2017, we got Flower Boy, A Crow Looked at Me, Damn by Kendrick Lamar, Saturation 2. Seems like a pretty big year for hip-hop. Of course, A Crow Looked at Me, this is my favorite hip-hop album. Polygon of Wonderland, that's the best King Gizzard album. Flying Microtonal been out. Oh wait, is 2017 the year that King Gizzard decided to do that like 5 album run? Yeah. Okay, so that's goated right off the bat. This guy popped off in 2017 too. What the fuck? How many albums did he release in 2017? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Holy shit, he beat out King Gizzard. Dude, this guy is all over the charts. Dude, DJ Sabrina, the Teenage DJ, Making Magic, the debut, also one of her best albums of all time, coming out strong in 2017. It's interesting. It's definitely a huge year for hip hop. But would you say it's like a game-changing year? Yeah, I'm gonna put it up here in iconic. 2019, the year before COVID. We got Igor. Oh, I remember that coming out. Titanic Rising. That's a solid album. All My Heroes Are Cornballs. Schlegenheim. This is when we get into like recency bias. Purple Mountains, self-titled. This album's heartbreaking, dude. E by Echo 2K. Come In, I think is a little bit overhyped. All right, you know what? I'll say it, guys. I'll say it. I think that this year is just a respectable year. Could also low-key be a filler year. All right, we got 2 votes for respectable. I think I have to respect the democracy here. I'm gonna make an executive decision. Overthrow the election. 2019, filler year. 2021, LP, Little Sims. I have not heard, but I really want to. By the time I get to Phoenix, go to release. Promises, go to release. I'm gonna say it, guys. The 2020 it's shaping up to be like one of the greatest decades for music. Blade released Crest. That's a great album. For the First Time by Black Country New Road. That's a go to release. Mercurial World by Magdalene Obey. That's a go to release. Sinner Get Ready. Cavalcade. to see the next part of the dream, this has a lot of good shit, guys. 2021 had a lot of good albums. Porter Robinson was also fantastic. The Turning Wheel by Spelling, that's a 10 out of 10 album according to Fantano. Same with Sinner Get Ready. So if we're basing this list just off of like albums that Fantano gave a 10 out of 10 to, then this would be a game-changing year. Frailty came out. Faith and Persona came out. Game-changing year. The people are saying game-changing year. But do you think that's recency bias talking? Oh, wait, no. There's some really good stuff that came out this year, actually. I almost feel like we should put it in an iconic. Because also the problem is I don't know if we've if enough time has passed for us to be able to say that we can call it a game-changing year. We'll throw it up here. It's pretty up there. It was a solid year. 2022 was an even better year, I think. Ants from Up There, Hellfire, Dragon New War Mountain, I Believe in You. Those three off the bat are insanely good. And then this also had the Jockstrap album, I think, came out in 2022. Bye Bye I See Your Future, Miss Morale. I Could Not Get Into Once Twice Melody. Dysphoria Problems. That's a fantastic record that came out this year too. Respectable year, bro. Rook, what are you smoking, dude? I think this is an almost iconic, but it also could be. I mean, we gotta admit that this is also kind of a lot of recency bias comes into play here. And you know what? Actually, I will say, Ants from Up There is not the best BCNR album, and Hellfire is not the best Black Midi album. Okay, I see where you're going with this, Rook. I think we could throw it in a respectable year, actually. 2024, this is the most recent year. Corporate House. Game-changing year because of the Corporate House. Yeah, bro. I mean, do we even need to look at it? I mean, this year was goated. Imaginal Disc, New Sound, Brat, Mount Erie, Godspeed, Cindy Lee. I mean, we all know. We've been talking about this year all year. Yeah, we don't even need to look at that. I think it's an iconic year. I think we just say that. Save 1997 for last because now I said that it was the best year for music. And now after taking a look at all these great years for music, let's take a look back at 1997 and see. I mean, I still think so, right? Like, OK Computer, Homogenic, F Sharp, A Sharp, Either Or, Lonesome Crowded West, Perfect Now On, Uchu Nepon. Like, it is goated, man. It is stacked. There's no competition, bro. Phantasma by Cornelius. Like, look, we're at the 40th album, and when we're still seeing shit like Phantasma. Putting a game-changing, I think it is the most game-changing year. No forgettable years. 2011, we're moving to forgettable. This is the list. Not bad, guys.